Hey everyone, it's me, your bag master Walrus 9, back at it with another One Piece TCG deck testing guide. You know why I'm making these? I'm loving it. I love it. I love it so much. All right, it's such fun. I think one of the worst parts about getting into TCG for the first time is not knowing how to build a solid deck. And so, I've been into One Piece for a bit, but I've never been great at the deck building. And a lot of the high tier decks that you could find on places like gumgum.gg, they can be simple and straightforward, but sometimes their combo ceilings are just a little bit too much. This is a great way to understand it. It's a pretty simple guideways. I love it. Deck guide, the official deck listing guide for today's leader is in the description below, so feel free to check it out. And as always, if you got a leader you want me to try out, please let me know. If you got a deck list you want me to try out, please let me know. But today, let's take a look at today's leader. It is OP14 Blue Yellow Boa Hancock. She's 7 Warlord to the C type, Kuja Pirates type, 4 life, with a 5k special. She has the ability, on the opponent's turn, when you play a card, draw a card. When you play a character, draw a card. Then, if you have Dawn attached, when one of your Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates type characters with 5,000 base power or more is KO'd, your opponent adds 1 card from the top of their life to their hands. Now, this deck list isn't the most representative of her capabilities. She's a very high tier deck. A lot of people are liking her. Yellow's been in a really good position. You look at some of the top decks that have been consistently doing well, they have aspects of yellow going on. It's not a make or break. There's a lot of other aspects into consistency, but yellow has been doing really well. And we can see here from the color breakdown, lots of yellow. But based off that single effect there, opponent's turn, play a character, draw a card, we can see that this is going to be a trigger heavy deck. So let's take a look at the deck list and see how it goes down. So first off, extra booster 4, number 27, a rare, is Boa Hancock. This is the only 2 of in the deck. Everything else is 4 of by the official deck list, but let's take a look. 5 cost, 7k with no counter. On play, draw 2, trash 1. Trigger, play character with cost 5,000 power or less and a trigger from your hand. So you're gonna see why in a second we're running this Boa Hancock. She's not the best target option here. You probably have some other stuff that you want to play, but betting a card draw isn't bad and the trigger is pretty good. So overall, pretty happy with that. Next up is Boa Marigold. Now, Boa Marigold is from OP14 number 52, an uncommon. She's a 5 cost, 4k with 1k counter. She is a blocker. And on play, if your leader is Hancock, then play up to 1 Hancock with a cost of 6 or less from your hand. So the Hancock that we just showed is a target. Our next Hancock is a target. And we have another Hancock that will come up later as a target. So we're looking at OP07 number 51, a super rare Boa Hancock, 6 cost, 8k. On play, up to one of your opponent's characters other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack until the end of their next turn. Then place up to 1 cost, 1 or less character on the bottom of the owner's deck. So I really do like the flavor going on and not being able to target Luffy. However, there are some fairly solid Luffy cards going on, like Bellringer Luffy from OP05, or OP05, OP15, that yellow Luffy deck. And I think the Bonnie deck also runs a Luffy as well. So there's some pretty solid Luffys out there that kind of whiff the effect there, but 99% of the cards, maybe 97, there's a lot of Luffy characters in the game. A lot of other cards are going to be targetable by this Boa Hancock. And removing a 1 cost or less isn't the greatest, but the removal is removal. There's not a lot of good 1 cost targets, but removal is removal. And this comes from OP07, in which there was the original Boa Hancock leader, Mono Blue. So, pretty cool. Next up, OP13, number 113. Rare card, Lilith. Lilith is a 1 cost 2k with 1k power. On play, it's a top 4 trigger searcher with the exception of Lilith. So look for any card that has trigger, put the rest on the bottom in any order. And your trigger is to activate this character's on play effect. So all in all, pretty solid card. Lilith has been a decent staple in yellow decks just due to the ability to consistently search out triggers. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it makes sense that should be in here. So next up, Marguerite, OP14, number 113, uncommon. Marguerite's a free cost 5k with 0 counter. She's a top 5 searcher. Add an Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates type, then place the rest on the bottom, and then trash a card from your hand. If your leader has the Kuja Pirates, play discard. So being able to search out just about anything in this deck is really good. I think Lilith is technically an invalid target, and Silver's Rayleigh we'll get to later. He's an invalid target. But you're essentially searching out. So you got essentially 2 Omni searchers going on, because every other card has trigger, with the exception of our OP07 Hancock and our Boa Marigold. So with Lilith and Marguerite, we're getting all our searchers that we need. 5k as well. Just want to point that out. 5k Amazon Lily, valid target for Hancock. Next up, Ran. OP14, number 114, an uncommon. She's a 4 cost 5k with a 1k counter. And activate main once per turn. Give up to one of your Arrested Dawn cards to one of your Kuja Pirates type leaders or characters. Then there's also the trigger ability. If your leader has the Kuja Pirates type, play this card. So it's an easy way to get out, and the ability to give out a Arrested Dawn is very strong because the leader does need a Dawn, so allow you to play on curve while still getting out that effect. Next up is Rindo, a Kuja Pirates type card, OP14, number 115, a common. Rindo's 5 cost 5k with a 1k counter. If KO'd on your opponent's turn, you add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life, then take a damage. So it's a very interesting way to do card draw, but if you have any life shenanigans going on, you get that pop off. So not one of the better cards in this deck. It's not bad by any means, but I think you're going to be making plays other than Rindo before you do Rindo. Such as our next card, Premium Booster the Best 2, number 17's super rare, Boa Hancock. This is a 5 cost 7k Hancock, so another target from Marigold because she cares about cost. On play, trash a card with trigger from your hand. Up to one of your opponent's rested leaders or characters other than Luffy cannot attack until the end of your next turn. The trigger is KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. So some pretty good stun. You gotta do some card disadvantage to get that done, but you got a heavy hitter, you got some defense going on. Overall, a pretty solid card, especially when you can combo it with Boa Marigold. Get a blocker out and then get that good effect. Next up, one of the big staples of this deck, which is actually an uncommon, OP14 number 105, the Gorgon Sisters. This is a 6 cost 5k with a 2k counter. And once per turn, you can reveal 3 cards from your hand with the Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates type. Then you get to give your leader and all of your characters up to 1 Rested Dawn. So this is an amazing way to swing in wide at the end of the game. If this is your 5th card you put down on your field, you know, you've got 6 Dawn that you get attached 1 to everyone. So the effect pays for itself realistically. Insanely great value card. And the fact that it's uncommon is shocking to me. I could have seen this being the super rare. So next up is Shaku Yaku. It's Shaki. So she's Amazon Lily, OP14 at number 107, an uncommon. Shaki's a 6k or 6 cost 5k with 2k counter, so pretty solid defensively. On play, your opponent has 3 or less life. Draw 2, trash 2, so you're able to cycle your hand a decent amount. That's not bad. And if your leader is the Kuja Pirates, you can play this card as a trigger effect. All in all, not terrible. Not terrible. If you need options in hand, Shaki is not a bad piece. But more likely, you're going to get this off the trigger, or you're going to be using this as a 2k if it's in your hand. Silver's Rayleigh, OP14, number 108, at rare. Silver's Rayleigh is a 6 cost 6k with 1000 counter. He is former Riders Pirates, so he technically is intargetable by Marguerite or any of your Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates type effects. But on play, if your leader's multicolored and your opponent has 3 or less life cards, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 7000 base power or less, with the trigger effect of activating the on play effect. So wow. So it's pretty conditional. Multicolored leader, 3 or less life on your opponent, but you get to remove a pretty solid guy at 7000 base power. And by being 7000 base power, you are unable to hit it with power debuffs, which could be rough in some stuff like maybe a red yellow. But in this deck, we don't care. So if the opponent is pumped up, you're still able to remove. So that 10k Monster Luffy, which was originally 7k, can still be removed. So pretty solid card right there, especially with how popular that Monster Luffy is in the meta. Next up is Boa Hancock. This is the OP14, number 112, super rare. So this is this set's Boa Hancock. She is a 9 cost 10k. On play, if your leader is 7 warlords, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Then add 1 card from the top of your opponent's deck life to their hand. Trigger, play a character with 6000 power or less and a trigger from your hand. So a lot of really good effects going on right there. So 9 cost 10k is a little rough, but the effect is amazing because you're gonna heal 1 and then you're gonna damage your opponent for 1. Then you get a 10k body on the board. Insane value there. If there was a purple yellow warlords to ramp up and get that out fast, I could see that being insane. But really good, really good. Being able to play 6k trigger is not bad at all. I mean, taking a look, I don't think we can technically hit any of our Hancocks. We can get our Silver's Rayleigh out. It's a 6k trigger. Shaki's a 6k. Gorgon Sisters is a 6k. Essentially, all of our cards are valid except for the other Hancocks and Marigold. There's no trigger. Finally, the last card in here, 4 of, like everything else, besides the original EBO4 Hancock, is You'll Frighten Me, which is a Kuja Pirates card, so targetable. OP14, number 118, which is a rare. It's a 1 cost counter. You have 2 or less life. Up to one of your opponent's active characters cannot attack during this turn. So you can't use it to block out this current attack, but you can block out future attacks, which is really nice. Trigger, play up to one character with 6,000 power or less and a trigger from your hand. So same effect as this Hancock right there. So going through, we can definitely see the mechanics of it. We want to punish our opponent for removing our pirates, but marigolds get allow us to cheat out this Hancock, that Hancock, or this Hancock. Gorgon Sisters is a great way to get some attachment. Same thing with Ran. Marguerite's an awesome searcher, and we obviously have our late game. Silver's Rally should be used more as a removal piece if possible, because you tend to have better options. But yeah, I think we have an awesome deck going on here. A lot of high rarity cards when you look at it. OP07 super rare, OPO or Premium Booster 2 super rare, a OP14 super rare. That's a rare. That's a very popular rare right there. So a lot of high value cards in here, which can make the deck a bit more expensive. But ultimately, One Piece is a relatively cheap game, and so if you're not running secret rares and you're not running some insane stuff, you should be fine. Set up a quick join. And yeah, I'm there's a lot of variations you can use to run this. Oh, we're playing Lucy. Right? Because you're running a lot of Kuja Pirates type cards. So there's stuff from OP07 that can be utilized. They chose to go second. We're going first. I'm gonna mulligan. I'm not the biggest fan. We'll Lilith and take a look at what we can hit. I would like that Hancock right there as a late game option, but we're gonna take Marguerite so we have a turn 2, and we're just gonna end turn. So I'm curious as to what they're doing. Okay, they're dropping Viola. We're just gonna let them search for Dressrosa. Oh, got just the music real quick. Give me a second, Holmes. All right. That looks good. Yeah, we'll attach Marguerite. Wow, that's crazy. X turns my 5-drop. I wouldn't mind having Ran available. And I want the Toucan Shaky. We'll get rid of Rindo. Oh. Good luck. Have fun. They did GLHF question mark. I guess they're not too familiar with the term. So we always use this opportunity as a means of I don't know, I want teaching. Okay, they're typing right now. Maybe it's foreign language. Oh, okay, counter out. Zone 6. Seldom there's a reason to attack your leader. I mean, the only worry might be if they're playing stun, but they're not green, so stun's not really a worry there. Next turn, I'm thinking I'm dropping Rindo. I don't really want to counter out. Play a 5k. I mean, I don't see a reason to not use this. And the bow at Hancock effect takes place. All right. The Gorgon Sisters is solid. We don't have to play our Ran necessarily. Wouldn't mind having another Gorgon Sisters on hit. But maybe we drop. I mean, let's see. He's got 4. Think he may be a foreign language player. Take it a bit. Strong amount of reading. Yeah, I test the deck. And that's awesome. It's great. It means that's one more person into the card game. That's what we want right here. Okay, Cavendish. Drops to Cavendish. Good play. So I definitely feel a lot more confident in doing Hancock. Premium booster to Hancock. I think let's drop this Boa Hancock right here and toss our Ran. Oh, it's rested leader or characters. So maybe that's not going to be able to be affected. Unfortunate. We'll reveal these 3. Right? And just attach one to everyone. Well, except Lilith. There's no reason to waste our Lilith right there. Okay. Then we'll attack in. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. Taking a lot of hits. Counters out there. Okay. So I guess this card might be a little bit. I guess it's the phrasing rested leader or characters other than Luffy. I mean, I kind of perceive that as rested leader or rested characters, but it could be seen as rested leader or any form of character. Actually, I mean, I'm not gonna take any disadvantage. Does the Viola. And good deal life. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Let's do turn draw first in case I don't like what we get. I'll take the 9-drop Hancock and toss a Rindo. Not upset with that. 6-drop Hancock's not a bad option. Get rid of Lilith. Stun him and put her on bottom. Then I'll Gorgon Sisters. Feel the same 3. Then everyone's gonna get one. That's only one. And we're hitting it hard and wide, which could give us a game right now. Next turn, we have our life gain Hancock. Those all of our heavy hitters. They try to remove a character are gonna be fine. They can't invest as much. I think I would say with pretty solid confidence that we have a game at this point. Now, yellow is a very interesting color because a lot of it has been life focused, right? And I was gonna say, GG's, that was a good match. I did get lucky. It was a good match. I did feel good. I'll try out another one. No, Yellow's been a very interesting color because there's so much life play going on. You know, the different colors target different aspects of the game. Red likes to work a lot with attaching Dawn, as well as good luck, have fun. I don't see a reason to not go first. That could be the reason. Rough starting hand. 9 drop. Marigold's definitely giving me a 5 drop, which we can go into their Hancock right there. Elise isn't gonna be bad. Hopefully we get someone like a Marguerite, but I'd understand if I whiffed. Now, so like red tends to focus on cost, or not cost, power reduction, as well as attaching Dawn. It's very much the aggressive but power centric deck. And we got Rand. That's a little rough. Unless he has a rush, which Kobe doesn't really run rush. I run a version of Kobe with Smoker and Tashigi that does rush. But yeah. No, so then green does a lot of stunning your opponent as well as unresting your own Dawn for bonus effects. Yeah, that's good for cost. Yeah. Gorgon Sisters? I could play Gorgon Sisters, or I could counter outfit the same way I could do Shakiaku. Rendell. 5 drop. Drop the Hancock. It's a, yeah, it's a 6 drop or less Hancock. Crash the Rendo. And stun the Kujaku. Sounds good to me. I'd probably gonna get rid of Bullet Marigold, which will sort of work the same way as if I was blocking. I don't mind that. Counters out. There. Now, so green's like unresting a lot of your Dawn, as well as stunning your opponents. Blue has been weird. Blue's weird. It's a lot of bounce effects, but also a lot of card draw stuff, like card cycling, combo. I don't know. I feel like you put a lot of stuff into blue. You know, black's a lot of trash play as well as cost changing, either reduction for your opponents or increasing it on yourselves in terms of protection and effects. The opponent is at 3 less life. Yeah, I get the River Kujaku. They're gonna be able to. No, they can't activate the effect. They don't have 3 cards in trash. You know, purple's been a lot of purple's ramp. You know, because of the Dawn ramp and like Dawn efficiency, which is like the Dawn minus. Well, I'm at 7. So if I do Ran and I do Marguerite, I get the attached and I get 2 hitters. I like that notion. mean, it's another 9 drop. I mean, I could do it turn after turn, and I don't think that's bad. The other option would be to like take a 2k counter, but I'm getting similar effective life regen, so I'm happy with that. Got a trash card. You fry me. Good card. Don't have that level of effect just yet. Yeah, arguably he's gonna try and get rid of Ran, because that is gonna allow me to pop off my effect. Anyways, yellow for the longest time has been a lot of life focused effects, such as having cards in your life, flipping your life over, life on, drawing, and life regen, blah 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 life. And with that comes a lot of trigger effects because they're so life centric. But now we're seeing a bit more of the on KO effects. This is really prevalent in the Thriller Bark from OP14, that Gecko Moria, which I'll showcase in a future video. I can block. Alright, he can't attack with Helmepo. He can attack with Helmepo. High investment, but I want to keep my body just going in. Yeah, we're gonna take that. Cost of 4 or less. Yeah, he either pumps the effect or recycles free to his trash, or I get rid of his Ripper, which I can't be upset. Yeah, okay, so he gets to protect. New OP16, a little bit of spoilers, but there's a black, yellow, Blackbeard in deck. A lot of the yellow cards in there give you a lot of a lot of the benefits of on KO yellow. Alright, he's gonna be able to attack in. He's got some BS going on. So I would rather keep the pressure going. And drain his hand out a little bit. Yeah, went from like 8 cards to 5. So reducing his options. Stuffing like that Helmepo is not bad because you can use it to pop out your Kujaku searcher. It's a sword, so I don't think you can't pull the Arabaki, can't pull the Ripper. So really the major target is Kujaku. I mean, he has benefits in that removal protection, but yeah, we're gonna have to take the 8. Sure. I'm seeing a reasonable draw, and then draw 3, trash 2. Trash 2 does, because I'd rather keep up a counter. And this sucks. I think it's just about got game. Yeah, I don't really have the counters. The hands, there we go. Some of the GGs. Yeah, that Kobe, he had a couple of those Hibaris. I mean, I'm curious. Let's say he attacked into like Ran. I would have dealt that life to him, I think, and then I could have countered out on the Kobe. Let's just say something like that, right? Could I have beat him next turn with his hand? Well, he only had 1k counter. I would have taken his 1 life. I could have swung in wide and been able to get it. Right? So, if I had some more defensive options, I would have been fine. But that's just the name of the game. I'm liking the deck. I'm feeling fine so far. I think I'll do 1 more. I think we saw a pretty solid win loss. Emu. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Mulligan. I could live with Love as a searcher. Good little searchers. 9 drop Hancock. 6 drop Hancock and a Ran. We'll drop Lilith. No turn 2 that I feel happy about. Rand's probably gonna be my turn 3. I think let's take another 9 drop and turn. I like Emu. I am technically an Emu player, which is bad because it's such a prominent threat during OP14, but now it's not. It's just not crazy. It's not crazy anymore. So I don't feel so bad. My IRL deck, it needs some slight adjustments. You know, there's some stuff I'm running in there that I don't really care to wish. I only got 1 of the 5 Elder cards. I need 4 of. But it's a pretty fun deck. I mean, honestly, for the budget, for the consistency, and for the overall kind of reward, while helping you shape up some of the core concepts of the gameplay, I think Emu is a fine enough deck. Brother. I like Marigold, but I can't take Marigold. I guess I take Shaku Yaku. Weird hand. Weird hand. I got greedy and I got rewarded for being greedy. Thanks. No, I mean, like I've said, Law is a pretty good deck to introduce someone to the game towards because of how simple yet rewarding the combos can feel. It's a very easy lead your way in aggro deck. Mercury is probably coming in if he's got the pool, which I'd assume he had 2 Charlia. There's another draw. Oh shit. No, I feel like Emo's a pretty I like Krieg. Krieg's not a crazy great deck, but it's straightforward to get to. I'd say it's like, you know, your second deck that you would introduce a new player towards. Law's a pretty good first deck. Emu's honestly a good first deck. A lot of reading, but once you get the motion of the effects, not bad, because like all of your readings coming from all of your saints having this 7 or more in trash. But I mean, look, that's a top 5 searcher, which is a very common effect, so it's good showcasing there. Rush, there's a couple of blockers, I think there's a removal, there's a pump, so a wide variety of effects, and you get to showcase. I think Emu's a fine enough deck. 4, I'll take it, I'll use it, I'll play it, I'll draw it. We're on 5 drop. I think I followed a curt, like I could Ran or I could Rindo. And I think having the Rindo as a potential KO hurts them a lot just because they're at 4 life. And I'm curious if he takes it. Next turn, I think I do the 6-drop Hancock. Counters out. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a life. There's no triggers in the Emu deck unless he's running something like the Shirahoshi. But the Shirahoshi's whatever. You're really using the Shirahoshi as a tech option and more so for her 2k counter. OP14 black? Trying to think about the decks from OP05. That was the set I got out of One Piece card game for a little bit. Until like around 8. Came back a little bit for 8. It was... Oh, the reason I got out of it is because I like to have the stuff in real life. And OP05 was scalped all to hell. You know, COVID really took its effect during that time. In terms of the market and whatnot. Excuse me. Well, I'm tired. So, you know, since I really couldn't get any cards, then I thought I'd just, I'll take a break. There's a Nell, which I remember that was yellow, and there's Luffy, who was purple. Akainu was blue-black, if I'm correct. Rosinante was green-blue. Sabo was red-black, and Bello Betty was red-yellow. I don't know. I didn't see anything that was like directly mermaid sport. I say yeah, let's take it right now. Then we can counter out. We got stuff. I don't want to take too much damage too fast. We're at 7, I think. I guess 6 dropped a Hancock and those Juro. And we'll toss Shaki. Place her. Done him. No targets for the 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Rindo effect's not gonna take place. Well, I could. Boom. I could reveal. Let's just do all 3 Gorgons. Or all 3 Hancock. Just terrify him. Alright, I want you, and I think we leave 1 open for You'll Frighten Me. We have the 2 or less life, which is pretty good. And let's tack Rindo into his Jay Garcia Saturn. He's stunned, so I don't feel bad about not attacking at him. I'll go 6 at leader, 6 at leader, 7 at leader. And we leave our Dawn attachers kind of open, which is a little rough, but we're gonna drain out cards in hand, which is nice. And this is our turn 7. So so I won't feel bad on. Yeah, he's contemplating. He's really having a tough time contemplating. The next turn we'll drop Hancock, get our life regen, and hit them for our life. And we just swing it pretty hard. But he's gonna be unable to attack. And it's gonna come down to a lot of stuff. I mean, he's arguably gonna, if he drops the news Juro, he's gonna attack with the news Juro again. Okay, use that as fodder. I wonder if I can play defensively enough to survive. Not sure. He probably has the 5 elders already. Has he trashed any of his 5 elders? No, so either it's in life or he's hit. Yeah, he's trashed 1. So there's a chance that they're in life or in deck. He's most likely hit them. Okay. So on play, he's gonna trash, you get KO one of our base 5 cost or less, which is Rindo. Really? Activate the Hancock. If the opponent take life, then we're gonna gain a life and then take 1. On play effect, this can't be removed from the field by your opponent's effects and gains blocker, so no reason in using that trigger. And he does a Warkery. All right. There's a once per turn. I would like to keep my Gorgon Sisters up. So I'm thinking about Gorgon Sisters. He set up a good defense in order to prepare himself for 5 elders. We're just got to try and do what we can. So we'll drop the Hancock, gain 1. Opponent's gonna take 1. Then we're gonna Gorgon Sisters. Boom, boom, and sure, I don't mind leaving that open. Because now he doesn't know my counter outs. He just knows what I can't counter out with. Just free. I only have 3 in counter. I could, in theory, have 6 in counter. So leaving that information, I feel solid. There's no reason to really attach to Lilith. And we'll attach Duran to here. I'll attack in. You know, 6 to the 5. He'll probably block and take the KO. Yeah. Yeah, we'll attack 6 in the air. And he's got his setup. We're just kind of trying to drain him out, reduce his options. Nine here, he blocks. Now here comes a very interesting question. Does he have 8k in counter? So he's got nothing up. Arguably he's got 2 to 3 5 elders in here. So if he has an event or a no counter or something like that, we might have a game here. That's the question. You got 3 to 5 elders. If he only has 2k in counter, there's 1k, 2k, 3k in counter. That was pretty stressful on him. And 5 elders drop. No way you don't have it. You got 11 cards, you only trashed 1. Okay. Yeah, there it is. And he's gonna tap 1. Bring back out the 5 elders. And toss a card, so he's only got 1. He should have all 5 of them. News Juro, Saturn, Mercury, Mars. I never got this name, News Juro. It's like, okay, maybe it's Jupiter. No, that's Jupiter right there. There's the planet theme: Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Saturn. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. I don't know what planet it's supposed to be named after. He's got to choose his effects. He's doing the Saturn effect. He might do the Mars effect. He gets rid of a character. He is doing the Mars effect. So he'll hit Ran or Lilith, which Ran's the only really good target. Someone's gonna take a life that they can't take because, yeah. Now, smart play, he's 7 and gives -2. Back in my Hancock. Yeah, okay. Looks like they're going for the Gorgon sisters. We're gonna take us. Play 5k trigger. We'll draw and then need a trigger, so I'm thinking maybe I guess we could take that Hancock there. I don't know. I mean, if we played the you know what? Maybe I should have taken the counter. That was my fault. You know, we have 2 Liliths, right? He's gonna be 5k. He KOs his own News Juro. Fascinating. Fascinating. If I would have KO'd anyone, I would have gotten rid of Garcia Saturn. Just because his value is minimal compared to News Juro. News Juro is like the big hitter. That's where I've won a lot of my games with. Because like, he's a 6-drop. If you had 2 of him in hand, which he probably doesn't. Or like, if you have 1 in hand, you can do this, KO your own Saturn, and then drop another News Juro, and you got 2 hitters on the same turn. So all he does is search. Nope. Ugh, weird. We'll play defensively. Tank the hit. Alright, I don't really care about any of these, so I think let's just attach free and attach free and see what happens. Alright, he can block with Mercury and take a hit. Well, let's see what happens. I don't want to drop my 4 just yet. See how I want to distribute it. I mean, I can't really play anything out. I could have Hancocked and got another life, but I think now's the time to just attack in. 6 active is weird. Alright. No time for the GGs, but yeah, I'll take it. I think I showcased. So they had another 5 elders. What I would have done in the next turn is, you know, attack, 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 put on the pressure, get rid of my cards in hand, drop the 5 elders. What he should have done is leave 1 open, attach 5 into his emu, and then swing it in. I'd have had to take the hit. You know, I probably would have dropped the Ran because I didn't really need the Lilith after that. But yeah, I think I showcased this deck's capabilities fairly well. You know, you're playing a lot of trigger. It's very fun lottery style deck. Not a lot of life gain, which makes it seem a bit more fair, but some really strong effects, such as a lot of damage and punish. However, it does seem to be a bit expensive. So I don't think it's terrible. This definitely is something with some major optimization could win a win-win. Talking more of a nationals level. I could see this popping off. But that's gonna do it for today. Again, deck list is in the description below. If there's anything you want to see me play, certain character, certain leader, certain deck list, let me know. I'll be happy to do so. As always, my friends, stay sloppy and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.